Gina Paulus here. Today I'm going to show you a full body stretch routine that's perfect for after your workout. I'd like you to start out on one knee. You're flat-footed on that front leg, and we're going to go ahead and place both hands on that knee. From here, I'd like you to drop your hip down on the side of the leg that's forward. So for me, it's my right hip here, and I'm dropping that down as best as I can. Next, I'm going to lift my arm up and stretch it towards the ceiling. While doing that, I'm going to tuck my pelvis under so that it's almost like I'm pushing this hip forward. And you can hold that. The elbow can be soft if your shoulders are a bit tight, and if it's comfortable for you, you can straighten your arm. You're taking nice deep breaths as you hold this stretch. This is a hip flexor stretch, so you're getting the front of your hip and you're getting some quadricep as well. Go ahead and switch. So same thing, we're checking in with our hip. We're gonna go ahead and drop that down. If it's difficult for you to drop it down, you can widen the space between your knees so that your back leg is a little bit further back, and that might make it more comfortable for you to be able to drop that hip. We're going to stretch the other arm up and feeling that stretch across the down side leg there. Taking your deep breaths, filling your lungs with air, and then releasing the air. Sometimes when we hold the stretch, it makes it more difficult to breathe because we're a little bit uncomfortable. But if you tell yourself to continue to breathe, you're actually going to get a better muscle loosening effect from that, which is really nice. All right, so that's good there. Next, we're going to move into a butterfly stretch. So I'd like you to sit, and you're going to place the soles of your feet close together to each other. So soles of the feet touching, we're trying to allow the knees to just drop towards that floor. My inner thighs are super tight, so I'm not able to get very close to the floor, but if you can, great for you, that is awesome. So you're just trying to sit up nice and straight here. So we're going to do a couple versions of butterfly. We'll do sit up straight, and we'll also do leaning forward. So we're going to hold this one for about 30 seconds. Again, you're breathing, you're not holding your breath. Sitting up as straight as possible. If you're able to take your elbows and push your knees lightly and gently towards the floor, go ahead and do that. All right, the next one we're going to do is a rounded back butterfly. So I'd like you to put your hands in front of your feet. And you're going to let your head curl forward. And you're going to hold that one. Same thing for about 30 seconds. Some people are super flexible in this position and they can actually get their nose really close to their feet, which is awesome if you can. If you can't, do what you can. Stretching is all about meeting your body where it's at. It's not about showing off, and it's not about how it looks. It's all about how it feels. We can come on out of that one next. And we're going to flip around, and we're going to do a quadricep. So what we're going to do here is you can take your knee and you can bend it. Your toes are pointing straight back behind you. Knees, they can be touching, they can be a little bit apart, whatever is more comfortable is totally fine. And from there, I'm going to have you try to go under your elbow. Now, I will say if this is painful for your knee, you can always roll onto your side, and you can just grab your foot or your ankle and hold that instead. That's a totally valid option. But I do like the upright one like I'm showing you right now if possible, and the reason is you get some nice shin and ankle opening as well because of the foot position. So as I'm holding this, I'm thinking about pressing my stomach towards the floor and really my lower back towards the floor. So you don't want to see somebody arching the stomach forward, because what we're trying to do is pull the quad towards the floor. So when we arch the stomach forward, we're actually taking away some of the stretch on that quad. And you can switch. So other foot is going back. And if you play around, you can see if you allow your hips to arch and your belly to move forward, the stretch becomes easier on your quad. But if you tighten your belly and you push your lower back toward the floor, it's not going to touch, but you want to make it go towards the floor. You're going to feel a better stretch across the front of your leg there. And the quadriceps get really tight when we sit a lot, when we walk a lot, when we do yard work. Anything where you're doing a repetitive motion can really get the quads tight. And tight quads can make your back a little bit sore, so it's also nice to work on the legs flexibility in order to make your back feel better. All right, let's come out of that one. We're going to finish up this series with some chest opening. So I will show you actually on my knees. You can either come up in a tall kneeling position, or you can sit on your own heels. But either way, we're going to reach behind the back and we're going to clasp the fingers. We're going to straighten the arms as best as you can. And then the next step is going to be to try to make the palms touch. So I'll show you the difference. Here is palms apart. Here is palms touching. Just do your best with that. It is not the easiest of things to make your palms touch, and I have worked at it quite a bit. So if it's not happening for you, don't force, but if you can be consistent about working on that, it should improve. We also don't want to let your ribs arch too much, so we don't want to stick the belly and chest forward. Instead, you want to keep your abs tight so that your spine is in a neutral position, and so that you're really isolating that stretch across your chest and your shoulders. So go ahead and hold that for maybe 5 more seconds, and then you can release that. All right, I'm gonna have you guys finish with one more that is a really nice one. And again, you can either be on your knees or you can say it cross-legged if you prefer. But we're gonna do a nice gentle neck stretch. So cross-legged, you could do palms up. If you're on your knees, you can let your arms hang by your sides. We're going to take the head and I'm gonna have you tuck your chin just a bit so that you're not making a double chin, but you're getting toward that. Like if you did it a lot, it would make a double chin, but we don't want to quite go that much. So a little bit of a tucking of the chin, a little bit of your head lifting, and then we're going to tip the ear toward the shoulder. Make sure your jaw stays relaxed. So a little bit of an open jaw is good. I can't necessarily do that while I'm talking, but you guys get the idea. And then we'll switch. So make sure you reset in that extended head, chin is slightly tucked, and you're going to tip to the side. A lot of times when there's tight neck, people are going to either look down or they're going to look up at the ceiling. So be mindful of if you're looking flat onto the wall that might be in front of you, or just in general a neutral neck as opposed to a tilt of your head there. All right, you can comment on that one. So that's just a really nice full body blast of getting to all the major muscle groups that tend to get a little bit tight when we work out or just during our work day. So give it a shot. I hope it feels great.